Human relationships often form initially based on appearances. Think back to our earlier lessons and discussions. However, the importance of appearance changes as a relationship evolves. It's typical for humans to view the familiar as beautiful. Therefore, over time, our friends tend to become more and more attractive to us. Also, communication researchers show that ordinary people with pleasing personalities are seen as much more attractive after the initial impression than someone with a displeasing or an argumentative personality. Over time, physical factors become less and less important. Instead, the focus becomes on personality, kindness, the emotional and social impact more so than the physical attributes. When we look at relationship dynamics on a personal level, forgiveness has been shown to reduce emotional distress and aggression, as well as to improve cardiovascular function. A good apology is like an antibiotic, and a bad apology is like rubbing salt in a wound. Researchers find that not apologizing leads to having more remorse on the person who's at fault than having that person apologize, even if it's a poor apology. We tend to like to be around people who are talented, but we can become uncomfortable with people we perceive to be too competent at something. Studies have explored attractiveness versus imperfection and the ways in which we form relationships with those we view as having some imperfections compared to how we individually question our own self worth and self concept when around someone we perceive to be perfect. This leads to the exchange theory, which suggests we seek out people who can give us rewards greater than or equal to the cost of dealing with them. So rewards minus cost equals outcome. The big question is how we define our cost and rewards. The discussion forum this week focuses on toxic relationships. Which relationship or relationships have you experienced that have been deemed toxic? One in which the cost far outweighed the rewards, therefore had a negative outcome. You might also take the opposite side of this extreme, if you will, and look at the most beneficial relationships. Which one has rewards that far outweigh the cost of that relationship? And how might you compare them? What are some of the differences and similarities in those relationships? And how did your personality, your self concept, and in turn self esteem, as well as your overall self worth change during those relationships?